talking to Tom about cars, and we tell people on a regular basis that cars don't go through probate. And tell the listeners a little bit about that process, Alexis.
So, regarding cars, they typically don't go through probate as long as there is a surviving spouse or children. Then the DMV will transfer vehicles without probate.
So,
And that's according to Florida statutes.
well, I'm going to put some qualifiers on that. First of all, you got to have the car title.
Right,
So if that car is still financed, what we're talking about, not going to work.
right.
It's going to require that the car have been paid in full and that you have the paper title to it. Sometimes there's an electronic title to it. I'm going to say that it's not limited to, I mean, I literally, all these years I've talked about people that cars don't go through probate. I'm the trustee of a trust. And when the lady passed away, I went down to the tag and title office with a copy of her will and a copy of the trust and a copy of her death certificate and the original title. And they retitled it into the name of her trust. So I'm not related to her. I just happened to be her successor trustee. And I was quite pleased with the process. They were very helpful down there.
Yeah, they're really great.
So am I saying it's easy? No. Is it going to probably take a couple of trips down to the tag and title office? Probably. Do you want to schedule an appointment versus just show up in the middle of the day? Yeah, for sure. Because there's a line down there.
There is. And for those that live in Orange County now has those smaller
They do.
tag offices. They're called OATA.
Yep.
And I have told many people about OATA because they're much smaller. You can still schedule an appointment there, and they will help you, just same services as, well, not all services as DMV, but regarding like tag, title, those kind of things, they do offer those services there.
And that's exactly where I went to. I went to the one that's close to College Park where we live, and I just could not have been more. Of course, I scheduled an appointment. I could not have been more pleased at how helpful they were because this was really quite unusual. It's gone from mom to her trust, and I'm the trustee of her trust, and out of the trust and into the name of the adult child, and a two-step process. But man, the gal I happened to be talking to at that desk had never done this before. She had to go talk to a supervisor, but they couldn't have been more cooperative and helpful in getting that done.
And even personally, when I've had to use, of course, the OATA, they were so nice. Like, I just agree with you. I can't speak more highly of the experience there, and they were fantastic, very helpful.
So if mom passes away and she had a car title in her name only, we're talking about it not going through probate. We're talking about one of the kids going to the tag and title office with the original title, mom's death certificate, mom's original will if she had it, and they will retitle the car into the name of, now if mom had 3 kids, they're going to want to retitle it into the name of all 3 kids.
Yep.
But there's actually a form that the 3 kids can sign where they all agree, no, it's not going to all 3 kids, it's just going to one of the kids.
Yep. And that I have helped, let people know about that form, and also how the DMV wants it. Just from experience with helping people with probate, they'll bring up the car. So
yeah, I'm thinking about it now because I did this a couple of months ago, and you actually helped me through
Yeah.
it. Okay, so I had limited knowledge about it. You had more specific knowledge about it, and I think you actually pointed me to the site or actually printed out some forms that I filled out ahead of time.
yes.
And that was very helpful.
And also, too, one thing that is helpful that I have helped clients that live out of state where the probate's going on here, the DMV also has a form. They have their own power of attorney. So for that client that lives out of state, they can actually give someone here power of attorney to complete the transaction for them.
Okay.
And that is also important to bring at the DMV.
Now, when we talk about cars not going through probate, we're talking about a situation where mom has passed away. She's taken all steps necessary to avoid probate on her home and her bank accounts. The only thing she owned that requires probate is her car.
Yep.
If mom passes away and we're having to probate mom's home and mom's bank accounts, hey, we might as well throw the car in there too, because it's going to be easier than going down to the tag and title office.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
And the other situation is that mom has passed away. We're doing a probate for mom, and there is a loan on the car. You probably have experience with this. The lender on mom's car, they're not going to let the kids assume that car loan.
No.
So what are the kids doing in that situation?
A lot of times they turn the car in.
Meaning tell the lender to come get it.
Yep. Or no, what they'll do is the child that's the executor, they will go to the dealership
Okay.
and literally turn it in.
Okay.
And sometimes, though, what happens is there may be more owed than what the car is worth. And then at that point, then the lender can actually file a claim against the estate for the deficiency.
So we don't want to let that happen. That's
Right.
for sure. But let's just say that there was some equity in the car. Your executor would need to write a check to the car lender, pay off the car, get the title to the car, and then use their letters of administration to transfer the title into whoever's going to inherit it.
Yeah.
Okay.